Hi, I'm Eli, and checking back in today. I wanted to talk a little bit about, I guess what's been on my mind is about predeterminism. And by that, I mean like things already determined, essentially, and there's nothing you can do about it. I always been against the idea of predeterminism because I was the type of person that's like, it's up to me to determine what it means at the end. So even if something's predetermined to happen, it's still up to me. It's still my choice of what it means and what I want it to play out, essentially. And duality, because I was thinking like that because I want to feel like eventually, at least, a cardinal. A loved one is watching. Well, I just wanted to feel like I could obtain control over myself and hopefully my environment. I just wanted to see how cool and wacky it could get. To see how cool and wacky it could get. But I think it was like 2 days ago after work, I watched this one video that was explaining that we are the product of our environment, and like, of course, nature, nurture, both. I don't like it when people fight over like, is it one thing or the other? If we are infinity, why are we choosing one thing and saying this is the whole? Like, you clearly see both sides, so both is valid. Why are we arguing over which side is the definitive? If there's two sides, then there's two sides. Well, okay. Anyways, what was I saying? Talking to my shadow here. What was my shadow saying? My shadow. Okay, anyways, predeterminism, yeah. I wanted to believe like I can have control over my environment. I could have control over myself and my actions. But lately I've been thinking about it, and just like I said, there's two sides. I'm focusing too much on the fact that whatever happens doesn't matter. It's how you take it and how you determine what it means that matters in the end. Yes, that's valid. That's true. But the other side of that, just I've been ignoring the other side of the coin, which is things are already determined. You are a tiny speck within a bigger speck that's still small within an infinite universe. But I want to feel like I have so much control over things, right? That might not lead to the best outcome. So the topic of this year has been surrender, and whenever it gets to this type of season, like the fall season, October, November, December, that's when I have the most insights, and I've been feeling like predetermined things are predetermined to a degree. It's like does the apple seed choose to sprout as an apple tree, or is it the genetic makeup of the seed that it already is, that's planted into the ground, that had history, millions and millions of lifetimes before that, that sprouts what was gonna sprout anyway? And to a certain degree, yeah, even though we're little alien monkeys that think we're separate from everything, we still are part of that. So, to a certain degree, yes, things are predetermined. And the way I've been applying that for myself is with my weed consumption. Wow, the topic of weed consumption comes up again. Surprise, surprise. I beat myself up when I'm like, I'm gonna be sober, but I don't. And I'm like, me. Why didn't you do that? Why am I even beating myself up? Like, why am I perceiving this as a problem? I already kind of went over why, but I'm just talking to myself. So continuity doesn't matter. It's because I feel like lessons have to be hard. Okay. I. Me. That's still just getting in the way of being. Ultimately, I just want to be. I don't want to be the highest version of myself that I'm envisioning. That, yeah, I feel like that'll bring me happiness. Yeah, sure. But ultimately, no. You just gotta be. You just gotta be happy. Now. There's only now. You just gotta be. It's good to have goals, yeah, but ultimately all your goals is trying to lead you to right now, this moment, now. Being happy now. Not being happy in the future when you obtain something, just now. Just being happy now. So having goals is all fine and dandy, but don't lose sight of what the true goal is. And it's not anything external, it's your state of being that you just choose to be now. Be in this moment. That's why you want to be better, because you want to be more in the moment. But you are taking yourself out of the moment to scold yourself for not being the version of yourself that can be in the moment. That's a little silly. It helps talking to myself like this. It doesn't helps things make sense. And hopefully the fact that I'm recording this, I have actual concrete proof of what I talked about, and I can look it back, and hopefully my ramblings make sense to somebody. And doing this out in nature like this just hits different, especially when you're out here, you get confirmations too. Alright. I'm gonna let you guys have a good day. Have a good day.